Evening all, welcome back to Sunday Night is Organ Music Night here from the Hauptwerk Lounge. Shall we call it the Hauptwerk Lounge? I think we will tonight. And we're back visiting an organ we haven't visited for a very, very, very long time. Up in the north of Germany, Goch, which I had a play on words with my little thumbnail. Goch, what an organ, as in gosh, what an organ. It is, it's an amazing, it's a little instrument, it's only a little 3-manual instrument, but it's got everything on it. And I'd completely forgotten how wonderful this organ sounds until very recently. Our friend from Holland, Gert van Hoof, put a video up playing the real organ in Goch. And it reminded me, my God, that's an amazing instrument. I must check out the sample set of that again. And here we are, back in Goch tonight. It's wonderful. I'd forgotten how wonderful it is. This was a Piotr Grabowski number from a couple of years ago, I think. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful organ. Makes a wonderful sound. Yeah, and it's a 3-manual organ with not that many stops, but it's very clever, very cleverly built. It's got everything you need, with perhaps with the exception of a 32-foot reed. Do you need a 32-foot reed? Yes. And it doesn't have a 4-foot reed in the swell either, which I personally would say could be missing, but I mean, there's stuff in the swell that I think you don't need. I would have put a 4-foot. I would have put a 4-foot in there, but never mind. It's got everything else, which is the important thing. Let's remind ourselves briefly of the wonderful, wonderful sound of this wonderful organ. Now you've heard it there. That was just me messing about with an idea. Tam ta tam, tam ta ti, tam ta ti. It's just an idea I had, and I was improvising around on it. So there you go. So the opening piece this evening was Goch. What an organ. That's its title now. So there you are. That's one for Uzamayo. That's the title of that piece. How is everyone tonight? Are you all happy? Are you all feeling good? Are you all rested? Are you all... I'm not, but I hope you are. The Gartshore Kang had a bit of an outing today. We disappeared today. We had things to do out and about. And we were out on the German Autobahn doing some amazing things there. But, we're still kind of tired. A lot of people were asking about Friday night and the commotion with Friday night. Things are much better now. Thank you very much for those who asked. Things are definitely moving forwards. The little one is very much back to normal, shall we say. Now, somebody once wrote me an email. Recently, very recently wrote me an email to ask about my harmonies, all my harmonies, and where do I get my harmonies from? And well, that's a very difficult thing to say. I don't know. I get my harmonies from the music I've listened to, the music I've played over the years. Don't forget, I've been a professional musician all of my life, not even just adult life, all of my life. I started when I was very young. I've been doing this all my life. So there's a lot of sort of ideas in there. Sherlock Holmes talks about his mind palace, or whatever he calls it. Isn't that what he calls it? Something like that. And mine is full of musical ideas. And I was pottering about in the hymn book the other day, seeing if I could find something that sort of... Yeah, if you've got one of these hanging about, here, the English hymnal, the New English hymnal, this is an old New English hymnal, but if you've got one hanging about, look up number 123 in the English hymnal. It's called Walking in a Garden at the Close of Day. Adam tried to hide him, I'm not sure what hymn was, when he heard God say, "Why are you so frightened? Why are you afraid? You have brought the winter in, may the flowers fade." So I'm not quite sure what Adam was having to hide there. Anyway, you get the idea. But it's an old Irish melody, and it's a beautifully simple modal melody, but the harmonies that somebody put A.H. I wonder who A.H. was who harmonized this. The harmonies underneath it are wonderful, and I was thinking, yeah, that's kind of my style. So let's see if you agree with me. Check this out. Bet you weren't expecting that chord at the end. Isn't that a lovely piece of music? I think that's rather beautiful. Click and click. I'm getting messages. Oh, look, what does it say? What? Oh, nope, stop. What does it say tonight? Let's pin that one and not Jim's message. There we are. What does it say tonight? Power our play. Power our play. I like that. Donate a virtual ticket. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, don't forget. Keep us in sweeties. No, that's not right. Oh, Stefan. Thank you, Stefan. Straight in there, Stefan, right at the beginning tonight. Thank you, Stefan. Very kind. We're off. We're off to the races. What's this? Oh, I'm not sure. I see copyright problems, but we might play around with that. Let's have a look. What's this? Oh, Yellowbird has been buying coffees as well. Right, anyway, sorry. Right, on with the music, on with the show. Yeah, isn't that lovely harmonies that? Sounds like Earth Song, Michael Jackson a bit, doesn't it? I like. It's got something like that sort of lilting, meandering backwards and forwards. It's like the Earth Song. I must see if I can find it. I once wrote an arrangement of Michael Jackson, the Earth Song, for, get ready for this, male choir, mixed choir, organ, orchestra, band, all of those things together. And yeah, it was kind of crazy. We performed it once, and the organ that it was performed on had the most amazing rumbly 32 foot in the pedal. And you need that for that piece of music. The original version, the guy who played, actually it was a woman that played the bass, but never mind. The woman who played the bass in the original version had what's called an octave coupler pedal. There's like a little, these, guitarists have a sort of battery of pedals in front of them with buttons. And one of these things, click, you press it on and it plays doing the note you play, but it also plays an octave deeper, I'm speaking German, an octave deeper at the same time. And they used that to great effect in Earth Song. There you are, useless information here. When did the octave coupler become one of the first important things? Here's a question for Ursa Meyer. Ursa Meyer, I hope you're listening. This is a question for you. Ursa Meyer, one of the best and earliest examples of the sub-octave coupler pedal being used on bass, electric bass, was in which recording? I'm not even going to tell you a decade. I'm not even going to give you a decade. I'm not even going to give you a decade. I wonder, do you know what the first one is? If anyone knows what I'm talking about, it's quite famous for it, but Ursa probably knows it because Ursa plays the bass, you see. I wonder, does she know? Let's find out. Let's leave that running and see if you know. Ursa's thinking about it. Oh, good. That's fine. Do I even have that piece of music? Hold on, let me see if I've even got that piece of music. I'm not going to show you one there because you'll see. Let me see if I can. Do I have it? Probably not. But let's have. No, I don't. I wonder, can I find it? No, that would be copyright hell, definitely. Torsten, thank you very much on the way past. Checking my things there. Torsten has just bought himself a nice little ticket. Thank you, Torsten. Anyone? Ursa's still thinking. Mike, who else said something about that? Someone else was talking about anything. Right. Anyway, Joe Humans is in the chat tonight, and at the beginning of the chat, I spotted, while I was getting everything set up, I spotted Jim say, Joe, who's Jim? Jim Cascagnette, but no, this is Joe Humans. Joe saying it's been 16 weeks since his open heart surgery, and he's still there. He's doing very, very well, apparently. Good for you, Joe. And congratulations on, you know what congratulations. It's not just 16 weeks of open heart surgery, it's 16 weeks of something else. And congratulations on that, definitely. So yeah, well done you, and keep up the good work. Marie, you must be looking after him well, so that's good. Wonderful stuff, wonderful stuff. A wild guess about your octave coupler, Pretty Woman by Roy Orbison. No, there's definitely no octave coupler in Pretty Woman by Roy Orbison. No. No, we're a couple of decades later than Roy Orbison. Definitely. Right, 150. Yeah, there it is. 150. Do we want this one or this one? Let's have both, actually. Someone requested number 150 recently, and I didn't play it. I'm very apologetic about that. It's a lovely, lovely old Gregorian chant, as it were. And I think it would fit very nicely on this organ, but I'm going to beef it up a bit. But first, let me tell you a little bit about this organ. Now, at first glance, it seems like a normal 3-manual organ. However, it's not even vaguely normal. This is the great organ. It's based on a kind of French style. So your great, your Hauptwerk, your grand orgue is the lower manual. This is the swell. And this is not the choir, this is the solo. So this is kind of like one of those, it's like Nancy Cathedral, I suppose, Nancy or Rouen maybe even, where all the big guns are on a solo manual, not on the great. So the great, for example, the great has a 16-foot montre, so diapason. Here's an 8-foot one. It then has a soft stringy sound. And it has a normal flute. It doesn't have one of those big wide harmonic flutes that French organs should have on the great. It has this, which is rather cute. Then it just basically only has a principal chorus. So let's add the principal chorus. 8, 4, 2. I suppose we could add the 2 2/3 to that to spice it up a bit. Yeah, and a big mixture. Why am I playing A major tonight? And then it has a clarinet. And that's it. That's not true, actually. It's got a cornet, which isn't a traditional cornet, but that's it. That is the great division. So apart from the clarinet, which is a very lovely clarinet, no reeds. So where are the big great reeds? The big trumpet, the bassons and the clairons and things like that. They're up here. Here's the trumpet 8-foot. Here's the 16, 8 and 4 together. Where's the flute harmonique, I ask? There it is up here as well. Why is it there? I don't know. And there's another big principle here. Why am I playing A major tonight? I hate A major. I don't know. So you can couple all of this together, 3 to 1. Now you get the big montre sound, both together. Principal chorus, let's have the whole principal chorus going with that big montre as well. Now we can add the trumpet. We can add the clairon 4-foot. (16-foot) basson. And I suppose you could add the cornet to brighten it up even further. And that is the nicest stop on the whole organ, the huge acoustic of the church. It's an enormous church, Maria Magdalena Church. There you are, Mary Magdalene is the name. It's a Maria Magdalena Church in Goch. Now, up on the swell division, we have a pretty much sort of normal, fancy French swell. So we have a lovely flute. We have beautiful strings. We have a sort of principal chorus, with a 16-foot bourdon. And then we have a harmonic trumpet. Which is beautifully out of tune. We have an oboe kind of thing. which is also beautifully in tune. And we have a Vox Humana, which is lovely. Can't stretch that, I have to do it there. I can't stretch that tenth. My fingers will touch it, but I can't stretch it. An A to a C sharp. I can touch both notes at the same time, but I can't make them sound cleanly. There, I can do that. That's not clean, but this hand, that will do it there, to get that nice major sound. So, there you are. That's a very bizarre swell division. But altogether, the full swell is absolutely delish. As I will show, no, in fact, we don't want that. We want that. So there you are. Here's the full swell. Beautiful. G major, G minor. Close it. Open. Pretty good, eh? Down the pedal, we don't have too many exciting things, your usual 16-foot sort of bourdon kind of thing. A lovely big violon bass, which is big sort of stringy sounding thing. And then an enormous flute, open flute 16, which absolutely blows your balls off. It's huge. All of those 3 16s together. Big, 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 big. And then it has a couple of 8-foots and a 4-foot to brighten that up. And a 16-foot bombard. Which is what I like to call a raspberry jam bombard. It sounds like bad-tempered raspberry jam. You know what I mean? Have you ever come across bad-tempered raspberry jam? That's what that sounds like, bad-tempered raspberry jam. And then it has no less than 2 32-foot effects. The first one is a closed 32-foot. Which is genuine. And the second one is the violon bass. So here's the violon bass at 16-foot. There's the 2 notes, bottom C and D. I can turn my feet on, can't I? Yes. C and D at the bottom, see that? I'm playing the bottom 2 notes there. Well, if I do the same thing here in the middle, but with the 32, it's the same 2 notes, yeah? And then what they have then is an acoustic version of that going down. And what that is, that's an electronic device. What it does, it plays 2 pipes simultaneously. It plays the bottom note of the violon and it plays a 5th above of the 16-foot flute, which gives this enormous rumbling effect. And all of those pedal stops together you can actually, if you listen very closely on good headphones, you can actually hear the casework of the organ, the wooden casework where the organ pipes are standing, buzzing in the background. Listen to this again. If you're on headphones, listen carefully. Isn't that good? Isn't that lovely? Anyway, it's a wonderful instrument. I love it. I'd forgotten all about it. So it's time we started playing it again. Now, I've got some registrations set up, believe it or not, including some Jazzy registrations, which means we can probably what are these? I have no recollection of making these. But I must have. Let's play a jazzy piece of music and see what these registrations are to remind myself. I'm just going to open my jazzy book at random. I have, by the way, two very contrasting requests for this evening's programme. One is a Christmas piece of music, believe it or not. Yes, a Christmas piece of music, which has been requested. And I'm not going to tell you what the other one is yet, but it's really amazing. Let's just say it's kind of film music, kind of. Okay, here's a perfect piece of music for all those people out there in the world. You see them wandering along. 2 tickets, ladies and gentlemen, so far. Two is. Come on, folks. Keep us going. Here's a piece of music for all those people out there who just can't seem to get the corners of their mouth to go up the way. You've seen them around, haven't you? Yeah. There are certain parts of the world where they seem to hang around a lot. They just can't do it. You say, "Come on, smile." And they look at you in the most bizarre way when they can't smile properly. So here's a piece of music from the 1930s called "Smile, Darn Ya, Smile." Smile, darn ya, smile. It's good, isn't it? Isn't it great? Ooh, it's a wonderful sound. Wonderful sound. Great little organ. I like it. Now, headphones off. Very briefly. First of all, I need a tasty beverage. For this evening's dinner, I had the most amazing portion of vampire repellent you can ever find. That wonderful Italian dish, spaghetti aglio e olio, which means spaghetti with a ton of garlic and olive oil. And yeah, it was. I had it to myself. Vanessa had something completely different. So I will be popular when we go to bed later. But yes, a half a ton of garlic, half a ton of chili, fresh red bird's eye chilies, chopped up very small. You know, those things that really burn the living daylights out of this part of your mouth while you eat it, and then follow it through. Anyway, that, and then lots of parsley as well to hopefully combat some of the garlicness. But it was wonderful. It was delicious. Thing is, all that oil, it gives you a really sort of dry mouth. So lots of tasty beverage tonight. Right, what on earth was I talking about? Can't remember now. I needed, oh yes, I was going to talk to you about things. Talk to you about the coming week. From Wednesday to Sunday of the coming week, ta-da! The 1st of May to the 5th of May, we are having once again organ festival, our very own Gartshore Gang organ festival. And it is going to be our Gartshore Gang festival, that's the one. Because next Sunday night, in a week's time, we will be hosting the Gartshore Gang Superstar 2024 competition. Yes. Now, I have been asking for and also receiving submissions from you for this competition. We are looking for the Gartshore Gang Superstar. Now, that superstar does not have to be an organist. That's quite important. You just have to be a musician of some form. And we've got quite a selection of exciting things already. We've even got things there from people we don't actually know. So anonymous people in the background. Maybe they're in the chat under different names. I don't know. But a couple of people have sent me something. I don't know who they are. It's really exciting. And there's some very funny stuff in there as well. And I mean funny ha-ha rather than funny peculiar. Also, no, that's not true. But no, it's wonderful. There's all sorts of wonderful stuff in there. There's a huge selection as well. And actually, let me see. How many organs do we have? Not that many, actually. 1, 2, 3. Hold on. Let me check my submissions. Let me check my submissions very quickly. Not an organ, not an organ. Organ, not an organ. Not an organ. Don't know. It's not in yet. Not an organ. Not an organ. 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 Okay, well, and I'm not going to tell you the rest. Okay, but that's we're very mixed. I like it. That's good. So the thing is, if you haven't seen my video, there's a video up on the channel where I'm talking about the submissions. You have until Wednesday, opening night. All right, there you are, opening night. All concerts start at 8 p.m. 8 p.m. 8 p.m. UTC. Oh God, I was going to die there. At 10 p.m. Central European time. So the usual time all our concerts start. And you have until the end of Wednesday's concert, the opening concert, until the end of the concert to submit your entry. Your entry must not be longer than 7 minutes. The maximum is 7.00. Okay, anything that says 7:01 and longer won't even be considered. So it has to be under 7 minutes. That's very important for time reasons. We can't be here all night. It's Sunday night. And it must be a live performance. It can't be a recorded performance. When I say recorded performance, you mustn't be playing along to a recorded performance. It must be you or a group of people. We've got a couple of groups as well. You or a group of people performing live. That's very important. And so far, everyone has been really wonderful about it, and there's some really good stuff there. So I'm looking forward to it. So get your submissions in by Wednesday at the very, very latest, and then next Sunday, we will be, well, you will be, I won't be, I'm only presenting it, you will be listening and voting live. You will be voting live. All will become apparent through the week, so keep your eyes out for that, how we're going to do that. But you will be voting during the concert for your favourite performer, and at the end of the performance, winners, the 3 winning places will receive prizes. The winner will, of course, receive this beautiful, garish, wonderful award, which is very heavy, it's glass. God knows how we're going to send that around the world to whoever wins, but we'll work a way. We'll work out a way. It made it here in the post, so it'll make it somewhere else. It's rather snazzy. It's very, very good. And the runners-up will receive. Hold on, we've got actual medals, an actual silver medal, and an actual bronze medal. There you are, actual silver and bronze medals. Here's a Mrs. Gartshore with a baby Gartshore coming to say hello. Hello. I'm being waved at by a little baby. I beg your pardon? Oh, I didn't have the light on over there. See. Ah, there we are, background light. Thank you, Vanessa. See, she sees everything. Vanessa comes upstairs and immediately notices what I did wrong. And she's changing the background color to, that's horrible. Really? She says it fits with the, it fits with the trophy. Does it? Yeah. I think white makes the trophy look more bling. No? All right. She says it's lovely like that. Okay, there we are. So anyway, so now the rest of the festival, I haven't put up the actual festival dates and the concert dates yet because it's going to be a last minute order of events for reasons that will become apparent during the week. It's going to be very spontaneous on a couple of occasions for obvious reasons that will become apparent when it becomes apparent. But we will be having an opening concert on Wednesday, which will be taking place here. We will have a film night, a silent film night, where I will accompany a silent film live. Ooh, that's always exciting. I love that. And you love that too, apparently, so that's really good. And then, of course, we will finish with our ta-da concert there. The other concerts, more about them in the coming days. Exciting stuff. Oh, what's this? A ticket has arrived from Andrew. Thank you, Andrew. And also from Chiching. What's this? Ticket number 3, it says, from Jörg, our friend Jörg in Switzerland. Ticket number 3, it was actually, well, actually, did it come? It did come in first. It came in before Andrew, so there we are. So yes, you're right. And Andrew is now ticket number 4. We've only got 4 tickets, Vanessa. Vanessa says that's not a lot. There's the little one saying something as well. Did you hear that? That was the little one. Hello, bundle of joy. Hi. Say dada. Her favourite word at the moment is dada. She says she says dada to me and mama to her, and that's good. And occasionally she says papa as well. She gets German about it and says papa. And she can also make farty noises too. She just made a farty noise. Hello, are you going to say something? Are you going to say something? We're going to teach you to say tickets please in a little baby voice, and then she's laughing. There you go. Did you hear that? She's laughing. Shall we show a baby hand? Show a baby hand in the camera. You just have to show her. Is she learning? She's learning everything. We're teaching her every language in the world. Oh, including that one, whatever language that is. Hi. Hi. Vinky Vinky. We're going to get a little wave. Vinky Vinky. She waves like a proper member of the royal family as well. She does. She sometimes does this and sometimes does this. Oh, I think it's quite good tonight. Yeah, we've got, how many people are here tonight in the old chit chat? Let's have a look. 131 at the moment. Huh? Happy. Okay, bye. Are we going to, no waves in the camera? Here's a baby foot for you. There's a baby foot. Oh, we're not too sure about that. Okay, we're saying bye-bye. What about Vanessa's hand? Wave bye-bye, Vanessa, as well. You can go around the other side, you know. There are 2 sides to the camera. There you are. There's Vanessa's hand. So there we are. That was a Vanessa hand, a baby foot, and... Oh! And not a happy baby either. Should Daddy go back to work? Yes. I think Daddy needs to go back to work. Daddy needs to go back to work. Okay, there we are. Right, so festival is coming up. It's going to be very exciting, and we're very much looking forward to it. It is going to be good fun this time. I'm very much looking forward to it, especially here, our competition. There's been a lot of resonance on that so far, and that's really good. That makes me very happy and very proud that we have this amazing gang out there, this amazing Gartshore gang. who are all sort of clubbing together and doing this amazing stuff. I think it's wonderful. I think it's really lovely. Now, ladies and gentlemen, it's Christmas time. What? Yes, it's Christmas time.
That's for Uncle Joe.
It's for Uncle Joe. That's right. Oh, see, Vanessa knows. It's for, huh? Vanessa says, hello, Border Collie. So there we are. So this is for Uncle Joe. Uncle Joe requested this piece of music. It's a Christmas piece of music, so I think we need some soft and gentle sounds. I'm going to get our little clarinet out again, because I think that's rather nice. And it's a very, 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 very old piece of music. It's an old, I think, Dutch piece of music. I'm guessing Dutch. It's from 1560. 1560. So think about this. Columbus sailed the ocean blue. When was that? 1492. So this is 50 years, well, 68 years later than that. Yeah? So none of you over on that continent over there on the other side of the Atlantic from here, none of you were even considered at that time. You weren't even a blink in an eye somewhere. 1560, imagine that, 1560, that's very old. And a beautiful, beautiful piece of music. It's called Een Kinderken is ons geboren. I can't pronounce Dutch, so it basically means Ein Kinderlein ist uns geboren. That would be the German word of doing it. It basically means, unto us a child is born. Who dis? Samantha. Thank you very much, Samantha. Let's dedicate that one. The next 5 tickets that come in, should we get 5, the next 5 come in, we'll dedicate them all to the little bundle of joy who made some beautiful noises for us. Okay? Anyway, right, let's try this. Ein Kinderken is ons geboren. So that was good timing, because our Kinderken came upstairs as well to hear what was going on. Let's see if this works. I love simple melodies. That's a beautiful, beautiful, very simple, nice melody. Old, I'm guessing Dutch melody from someone called Cornelis de Leuve Edamer. I'm guessing. De Leuve, I think that's how you pronounce that. I'm never very sure. But yeah, lovely. Thank you, Joe. A very, very interesting request indeed. I rather like it. From the sublime, ladies and gentlemen, to the completely ridiculous. On Friday night, during Friday night's concert, what's that? An email appeared. Ooh, some emails have appeared. What's this? Yes! Oh, damn it, that's only 3 pages. Ah, phew, here's the whole thing. Splendid, wonderful. Ah, yes. Ladies and gentlemen, somebody has just made me a very happy man. I'm not sure I'm allowed to say that. When you find out who it is, I'll get into trouble. But yeah, someone's just made me a very, very happy man indeed. Oh, thank you so much. You know who you are. You just made me very, very happy. Even as we speak, wow, I like it. Even as we speak, someone has submitted something to the competition for next week. Thank you very much indeed. I shall look at that in a moment. And the Platts gang have been buying coffee. Thank you also very much indeed. Splendid, lovely. I love it. Thank you very much. Lovely, lovely. We shall get to that in a minute. Now, on Friday night, back to my sublime to the ridiculous. On Friday night, we were talking about all sorts of bizarre things, and one member of our audience said that she'd had a pretty rotten time of it, and thanks to the music and the Gartshore gang, she was happy again. And that made me, of course, also feel very happy. And as it turns out, later that evening, that same person came up with a request, and it's one of the most bizarre requests we've ever had. And I hope I can do it justice. This will probably cause all sorts of problems with copyright if I get it even vaguely right. Oh my God, it's turning pages and I'm not doing anything. What happened there? I must have smiled at the camera the wrong way and it decided to turn pages. There's a whole world out there of exciting things that we don't know about. A whole world of exciting things we don't know about. And a lot of the things we in this part of the world don't know about come from the Orient. In particular, they come from the island nation known as Japan. And there's lots of things happening in Japan in the entertainment world that we really don't know anything about. And even if we do think we know about it, we definitely don't understand it. Now, I'm going to generalize in a huge way here because a lot of people won't know anything about what's coming up here. There's a whole, I'm not going to say world, it's a universe. There's a whole universe of what started out as cartoon-based entertainment and has now become a multi-billion-dollar industry all around the world. It encompasses everything from cartoons to music, to film, to clothing, to I could go into everything, all right? It really covers absolutely everything, whatever. And it's all sort of lumped together under one word these days, and that's anime. In other words, animated like cartoons, so animated entertainment. Anyway, but like I say, it's a multi-billion-dollar industry, and the music that has been composed for these things is sometimes rather amazing. And our Ukrainian friend studying in the Czech Republic, Iri, sent me this piece of music and asked if I would try playing it. And I love the fact that she said, could you try? And yes, that's the exact word. There's a lot of notes on this piece of music, on this page here, on these pages. My God, how many pages are there? There's hundreds of pages, 7 pages. Now, I dug around in the internet and I actually found the piece of music to listen to it, and it's great. It's film music. It's absolutely wonderful film music. So I am going to turn this into film music. At least I'm going to try to turn it into film music. I have an echo on my voice, says Dave. It says Jörg, sorry. Not Dave. Who's Dave? I don't know. I can't have an echo in my voice because this is it. It must just be the house. It must be the enormous room I'm in at the moment. This microphone is only connected to me. Can't be an acoustic because I'm not playing in that acoustic, so it can't be. That's interesting. Let me just double check. It's interesting that you said that. Thank you for letting me know. Maybe there's something here that shouldn't be. Nope, no effects. Splendid. All right, interesting. Is anyone else picking this up? Do I have an echo tonight? Can't hear it here, says Jez. It's a bright room, says Cam. Well, Cam's been here and Cam knows how dead this room is, but the rest of the house, we live in a house that's sort of open. We rent this house, and it was actually designed for old people who would maybe need wheelchair access and things like that. But we get to live in it. But everything's open plan. There are steps to get up to here. This was an afterthought, this part of the house here, which is why that's the ceiling right there. This is an afterthought, this part. So it's a big echoey space out there. So maybe that's coming in a little bit. Thanks for letting me know, Jörg. That's very good to know. All right. Anyway, on with the show. Eerie and her piece of music. Specials from the Jujutsu Kaisen Season 2. The opening music of number 2, as far as I can find out. And yeah, this is just going to be rather weird. I'm not going to play it exactly as it's written. I'm going to play around with it and get into the groove of it, all right? So let's beef up the organ like we had at the beginning. Get ready for some big noise. Japanese style. something like that. Something like that. This is one of those things that's been arranged by someone who uses Muse Score. At least it definitely looks like that. And it's basically someone's taken a MIDI file and turned it into a score. So sometimes it's almost unreadably bizarre. But yeah, cool. Cool. Just that fact. It's got something almost sort of James Bondy, doesn't it? I had a performance with my choir this morning. And one of the pieces we did, it's a beautiful piece of music, and it's very, very gentle. How does it start? Sorry, here. And it starts like this, very gentle, and then where does it go from there? That's it. And then it goes the altos of this, that lovely line, and then it's very gentle, very gentle. It sort of carries on like that, beautiful. But the introduction is just pure. It's either Rachmaninoff or James Bond. I can't work it out. It does this. It's got that lovely thing in there. Now, our friend, are you here tonight? Is Jeff Ryle here tonight? Yeah, we were talking about dum da dum 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 da dum 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 da dum 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 da dum dum dum. It's just 3 notes. It's just 3 semitones, but there's something magical about this chord progression that goes with it. And we get back to let me get a naughtier sounding. Yeah, that's more like it. No, that's horrible. That's one. Ha 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 ha! Isn't that beautiful? Let's make it snarly with the oboe. Oh yes, and a 32 foot. That's better. Oh. And that piece of music that we just did there for Erie, it's got that sort of something about it, doesn't it? It's got that, there's a, and then it goes to there. But then it needs to go obviously to here, to get that properly. We'll get there one of these days. Jan, our friend Jan just bought a ticket on the way past. So how many do we have for the little one so far? 1, 2, 3. 3 for the little one. That's fine. There we are. Manga. Ah, yes, here we go. So we're talking not just about the anime stuff, we're talking about manga as well. Someone boring as a member. Erie, did you watch it or was it just a random choice? Oh my goodness. All right, they're off. They're talking about these things together now. Oh, good heavens. Off we go. Right, back to the show. Back to the show. Now, I told you someone just sent me a piece of music that I've been looking for, oh my God, that's minuscule. How am I supposed to play that? Let's turn it round. Oh, that's even smaller. Right, I'm going to have to All right, okay, this could be interesting with my eyesight. My eyes are old and bent. Anyway, right. A couple of weeks back, let's dedicate this to Jazz. It's not a request by Jazz, but we're going to dedicate it to Jazz because he loves it. Jazz is going to love this. And Jazz and I had a little email backwards and forwards about this exact thing. And a couple of weeks ago, we were talking about the wonderful Mr. Bernard Cribbins. Bernard Cribbins, a wonderful old English actor who died. He did die, didn't he? I think he did, yes. Anyway, and I had a wonderful phone conversation with Bernard Cribbins many, many years ago. And we were talking about this piece of music, the piece of music that made him very, very famous. He was a pretty good actor at the time, but he became famous for... Yes, I've been looking for this for years. Obviously, it doesn't do that in the real thing, but we'll have to sort of... we need some sort of percussion. All right. The piece of music in question is a wonderful piece of music called Right Said Fred. Now, some of you, the younger members of the audience, might remember a band who were called Right Said Fred. Well, they based the band name on this song. Verily, oh verily, yes, that's the one. Eerie says, thank you so much. My pleasure, my pleasure. If you find something else exciting like that, send it over. I love playing new and wonderful things. So yeah, perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Definitely, anytime. Right, this piece of music is about three chaps. Three of them. There are three chaps, and they're trying to move a piano. But they can't move the piano, so they end up moving everything around the piano. And, well, if you haven't heard the song, look it up. There's actually talking of anime, there's actually an old clay model animated video from the 1960s. One of the first pieces of music to feature an actual video to go with the music. Check it out, Right Said Fred. There's little clay models. Right Said Fred, both of us together. So two of them are going to try lifting it. One each end and steady as we go. Huffing and puffing. Tried to shift it, couldn't even lift it. We was getting nowhere. And so we had a cup of tea. Right Said Fred, now remember there were two people, Fred and me at the other end. Right Said Fred, give a shout for Charlie. Charlie is the next guy. Up comes Charlie from the floor below. Tip tap, you hear someone walking up the stairs. Right, Charlie has a go. After straining, heaving and complaining, we was getting nowhere. And so we had a cup of tea. And Charlie had a think, and he thought we ought to take off all the handles. Handles? Do pianos have handles? They did in this thing. And the things what held the candles. And the things that held the candles. But it did no good in brackets. Well, I never thought it would. All right, said Fred. Have to take the feet off. To take them feet off wouldn't take a moment. Took its feet off, even took the seat off. Should have got us somewhere, but no. So Fred said, let's have another cup of tea. And we said, righto. That's the end of the first verse. Isn't that beautiful? Second verse. Right, said Fred. Have to take the door off. Need more space to shift the so-and-so. Had bad twinges, taken off the hinges, and it got us nowhere. And so we had a cup of tea. And right, said Fred, have to take the wall down. That there wall is going to have to go. Took the wall down. Even with it all down, we was getting nowhere. And so we had a cup of tea. And Charlie had to think, and he said, look, Fred, I've got a sort of feeling. If we remove the ceiling with a rope or two, we should get the blighter through. All right, said Fred, climbing up a ladder with a crowbar, gave a mighty blow. Was he in trouble? Half a ton of rubble landed on the top of his dome, his dome. So Charlie and me had another cup of tea, and then we went home. It's one of the best pieces of music ever. It's a piece of music that can only make you happy. Written by Miles Rudge and Ted Dix. I got in touch with Ted Dix all those years ago to find out about it. And here's an even more bizarre thing about this piece of music. Actually, no, I'm not going to tell you. I'm going to ask you. Don't research it. Don't cheat. You're only allowed to answer if you know. Okay? You're only allowed to answer if you know. Where was this recording made and who was the producer? On with the show. Right, said Fred. Thank you to Marketa, who found that PDF version of Right Said Fred. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Who got it right? Yellowbird, correct. It was recorded in the Abbey Road studios, and the producer was none other, certainly wasn't Charlie Drake, the producer was none other than George Martin, who went on, or who was the producer at Abbey Road of the Beatles. Yes, George Martin arranged and produced the entire album of Bernard Cribbin songs, which were recorded at Abbey Road. Well done. Yeah, the Beatles man, says Jez. That's the one. Christian Nielsen, what is the award on the speaker? Well, maybe you can win that award, Christian Nielsen. Next week is the Gartshore Gang Organ Festival. Click! And next Sunday, that's the 5th of May, we will be hosting the Gartshore Gang Superstar 2024 Festival Competition. And you are invited to submit entries. You don't have to be an organist. You can play any instrument. You can sing. You can fart musically, I suppose, if you wanted. That might win, you never know. No, you can do whatever you want, as long as it's you performing, as long as it's under 7 minutes, and as long as you send me a file of you doing it live by Wednesday at midnight. There you are, simple as that. And there we are, thank you very much. Uza has got the idea there for the festival. Well done. I also sent a corrected version, which might be easier for the eyes. Yes, well, thank you. I'm not that old, but it obviously worked, as you can see. But yes, look at that. It's like, it's spider poo on the page there. Not quite going to work, is it? That's exciting, yes. Oh, and I thought that would have got a huge load of tickets. Everyone who remembered Right Said Fred should have submitted something there. Oh, well, never mind. Can't force you. I'm assuming you're all saving up your pennies for the festival. That's what I'm assuming, and quite right. That I thought was amazing. I loved that. I loved that. Thank you so much. I was looking for that all the time, and someone found it for me. Wonderful. Bing! So we're being positive this evening, ladies and gentlemen. We're being positive, and we're going to try, being very positive about everything. We have to be positive, don't we? So here's a piece of music perfect for this time of year. It's April. It's the end of April, thank God, which means May is just around the corner. I'm not going to play just around the corner, but May is just around the corner, and May promises to be a better month weather-wise. But April is full of naughty, rainy stuff, which is annoying. Let me change those registrations again. Dum da dee 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 dee. Yum dum da dee 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 dee. Dee 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 dee. That's the one. That's better. Get your dancing shoes on, get your umbrella out, and go jumping up and down in the puddles on the pavements or the sidewalks. You know what I'm talking about, don't you? Yes, Gene Kelly style. Oh, come on, go away, you swine thing. Gene Kelly style, because we are a 2, a 1, 2, 3. singeing in the rain. Or as it says here, singing in the rain. I love that kind of stuff, don't you? Ah, yes. Dum, dum, dum. Wonderful, wonderful. Shall we have a ballad? A nice little ballad. I wonder will anyone recognise it? I'm not going to tell you the title of this piece of music. Singing in the Rain was first a film featuring Buster Keaton. There you are. All the information we never wanted to know. That's true. Well, we do. We love that kind of information. Okay, something nice and slow. All I'm going to tell you is it was a composition by Mr. Hoagy Carmichael back in the late 30s. I'm not going to tell you anything more about it. If you know this song, let me know. 1, 2, 3, 4. I bet nobody knows what that was. In fact, nobody's even mentioning it Two Sleepy People, says David Miller. That's a lovely idea. It's Two Sleepy People. It was written by Fats Waller. But yeah, same kind of style. I know what you mean. Good choice. No, not that one. Does anybody know that at all? I don't think anybody reminds me. Also reminds me of You Got a Friend from Toy Story. Ah ha 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 ha. No. Right. All right. Let's do some lateral thinking here. Who wrote the music for Toy Story? Randy Newman. What was one of Randy Newman's most famous songs? Not connected to his film music. One of his most famous compositions. Randy Newman. Go. I'll give you 5 seconds. David Miller, you're on. TikTok, 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 TikTok. TikTok, 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 TikTok. TikTok, TikTok. Oh, TikTok, TikTok, TikTok. Tick, 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 tick. Anyone? Randy Newman, Not Hey Baby. A more sarcastic tune by Randy Newman. You've Got a Friend in Me is Toy Story. No, not that one. Singe's Thing. No, that was the Goon Show. Oh, sorry, David missed the question. One of Randy Newman's most famous other songs, not connected to Toy Story or anything, much older, back to the 70s. Back to the 70s. Randy Newman back in the 70s. Small People. Sebastian Kaiser, you are a master. Yes, Small People. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is a piece of music from the 30s. And I reckon Randy Newman got the inspiration for this from Small People Got Nobody. That one. I reckon he got the inspiration for that song from this. This is a Hoagie Carmichael number called Small Fry. Small Fry. A wonderful old expression. Do people say that anymore? Hey, small fry. Short people gone, nobody. Short people gone, nobody to love. Wonderful. I had a jazz choir in the University of Bonn years ago. I was the conductor, and we sang Short People, a wonderful choir version of it. I think it was by the King's Singers, Short People. And you couldn't do this nowadays. We would be banned by doing it nowadays. But there was a guy in the choir who was fairly short. He was vertically challenged, would be a nice way to put it, definitely. And he was happy. He was more than happy to bounce around the stage, just basically doing strange things while we sung that piece of music. Short, and it's being nasty about short people, and they've got nobody to love, they've got little tiny houses and little cars and all that kind of stuff. And this guy would run around the stage doing all of the things that were in the song. It was hilarious. You wouldn't get away with it now. The political correct brigade would get you and lock you up and send you to Scotland or something. Oh no, hold on, the political brigade are in Scotland now, aren't they? You're not allowed to fart in Scotland now without the hate police coming to get you. What is happening with the world? Back in the good old days when you could have a laugh. I'm not going to start on that. When you get me started on that, I turn into Billy Connolly. And there's just no point. Political correctness is just a waste of everybody's time. And I think we should stop it. Simple as that. Just stop it. I'm not even going to look at the chat. I'm ignoring the chat. I can feel it coming through the thing here. What's that? Tea for two. So we've had our Right Said Fred, have a cup of tea. We've had that. We had Joe with his request for his baby being born. A child is born into us Christmas number. That was the one. And his name is, of course, Humans. Joe Humans. So, Joe, we're going to play this one from Vincent Humans, who, as far as we know, wasn't a relationship. Vincent Humans and Mr. Caesar, who I don't think was a relationship, had any relationship to the emperor of the same name. I suspect Mr. Caesar was Jewish, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure Emperor Caesar was, though. I don't think he was. But this is their composition, Joe Humans and Emperor Caesar, from 1924. T for two on the Goch organ. Someone is saying
Yeah, someone was saying, anonymous here is saying he likes the sound of the Goch organ, which is this one we're playing tonight. When you pull out all the stops, it sounds like a big orchestra. You're quite right, it does. T for 2, ladies and gentlemen. Tie, 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 with the verse. The lesser known verse, the lesser spotted verse. two. It's a wonderful recording, and yes, it's available on YouTube, and it should be shown to everybody just to show that the world used to be just as mad a place as it is today, but in a slightly nicer way. And just a wonderful recording. Two of the most amazing queens of the music world got together and performed live on some American talk show. I don't know who the host was. And when I say two amazing queens, I mean that in the nicest possible way. Both of them hid it well during their lifetimes, but never mind. Everything comes out in the wash. Coming out, no, is that the right expression? You know what I mean. Oh, stop it, I'm not being politically correct. Anyway, the two in question were seated at the organ, Mr. Virgil Fox, and standing beside him, just having played the piano, the one and only Liberace, Walter Liberace. And the two of them got together, and Virgil Fox played in a television studio on his digital Rogers organ a very similar version of Tea for Two. And Liberace, in his spangly suit, did a little tap dance at the same time. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, it's on YouTube. It's there to be watched, and it's wonderful. I suggest you all go and watch it, and just remember what times used to be like. It's amazing. Who could you get to do that these days? Who could you get to do that these days? Someone playing a camp version of Tea for Two on the organ, and someone doing a sort of an incredibly cute tap dance at the same time. Who would do that? Who could we get to do that? I'm sure we'll find someone at some point. But yeah, wouldn't it be great? You wouldn't be able to do that these days. You'd be taken down for stereotyping or whatever else. But yeah, there you are. Tea for Two, back in the good old days. Oh my goodness, it's midnight. What happened there? What happened there? Yeah, fun. Oh, time flies when you're having fun. That's true, it does. Picture you upon my knee, just Tea for Two and Two for Tea. That wouldn't be allowed these days either, would it? Just me and you for me alone. Nobody near us to see us or hear us, no friends or relations on weekend occasions. We won't have it known, dear, that we own a telephone, dear. Yes, look, telephone, I have one. Oh, telephone, no. Day will break and you'll awake and start to bake a sugar cake. Yes, now what are we talking about there? For me to take, for all the boys to see. We'll raise a family, a boy for you, a girl for me. Oh, can't you see how happy we would be? Yes, ladies and gentlemen, happier times. Happier times indeed. What shall we finish off this evening's concert with? I think this would sound pretty good on this organ, actually. I play it from time to time, and I always get into copyright trouble for doing it, but it's great. It's the Temptation Rag. I think this would sound pretty good on this organ, but I think we need to bump up. Oh, we definitely need to bump up the registrations towards the end. So let's add some 32s and a 16-foot reed. Add that to there, and that's also, oh damn it, that's it. We don't have any more than that. We don't have any. Oh, we need to add some. That's the one. We need to add that to the pedals. The Temptation Rag. I'm going to dedicate this one to Steffi Wunderlich, because I know Steffi loves this piece of music, and we're trying to get her to learn this at some point as well. The Temptation Rag. Our last piece of music for this evening, ladies and gentlemen. There's still time for last-minute ticket sales. Don't forget, keep us in goodies. Keep us going. David bought a cuppa on the way past. Thank you very much. Like the sound of the clarinet, he said. I do too. Here, however, is Temptation.
Temptation Rag. Full organ at the end. I love that big, snarly acoustic. Isn't that beautiful? Ladies and gentlemen, that was Sunday night is organ music night, and it's been a fun night. I hope you agree. I had some fun tonight. I hope you did too. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for being in the chat. Thank you for your tickets on the way past. Always very generous and always very kind. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. It all gets invested back into the channel in one way or another. Right, ladies and gentlemen. It's only a few days until Wednesday when our beautiful, our new, exciting, competition-winning Gartshore Gang Festival 2024 will begin. I hope to see you all in the good seats on Wednesday night. Keep your eyes peeled from tomorrow on the channel. There will be little extras about new things happening connected with the festival and important for the festival. Things that you need to do to be able to join in as well. Don't worry, it's all free so far. No, it's all free, don't worry. See you Wednesday. Night, night, folks.